good morning. Welcome to Sometimes
Welcome.
Something, episode number. Anybody?
78.
Whoa.
87.
There you go.
All
Carrie's
right.
a little dyslexic. It's all right.
No, yeah, go backwards.
How's everybody
Yeah,
doing?
just
Pretty good.
peace, actually. Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
peachy.
It's good.
We're
We're
all here, another day on this planet,
yep.
another shot to look at, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll dive
another.
right into shot spot, I guess.
Right?
All right.
What's this? What's this we
Uh,
got here?
We got an
I
old man. We got a propaganda. We got some.
this is me continuing on my Coen Brothers movies watch. I watched
Nice.
Hail Caesar 2 nights ago. It wasn't my favorite of their movies, but it was still a lot of fun. It was funnier than I thought it would be. It was kind of almost like I guess it was kind of a comedy too.
Hmm,
But it was good. You should watch it. I think it's still enjoyable. But
I
I
never
brought
seen it.
these because like it takes place in like the 50s or 60s, somewhere around then. And all like these just stood out because to me all like the projector scenes of like them watching a movie just felt so like monitor compy. Like it just felt like
Oh,
so
really?
like it didn't like feel like a bad. It was just like an old timey thing. And then there's just this crystal clear high definition movie they're watching, but like way
Wait, wait,
back
wait.
when.
So that's supposed to be a projector we're looking
This
at.
is a projector in a movie theater
Oh,
in like
wow.
the
That is a
60s.
bit. That is a bit
That's
weird.
like it was obviously a choice where like they're probably like, well, we filmed this stuff, like maybe let's just show it the same quality as the rest of the movie. But like to me, it was kind of it took me out like
Yeah.
just a little bit because it was expected to be not that great a quality cameras, and then through a projector of that time, you wouldn't expect it to be like crystal clear and sharp with beautiful color and everything. But
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird decision, but
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, that's why I
I'll
brought
check
these.
it out.
It's a fun movie.
I remember seeing the trailers, but I never was that interested.
Yeah, definitely kind of different from. Well, I mean, I guess they did like Burn After Reading, which is pretty funny too. They do a
Mm,
range of stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. I still got quite a few that I need to watch of theirs, so I'll keep bringing those.
nice.
What did you bring us,
I like this
Colton?
idea of watching movies by director.
Mm,
Mhm.
Kind of doing a bulk binge. I should do that more.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm
like
gonna keep doing that.
theme.
Yeah, it's great to see how they evolve over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought. Speaking of, this was the director who did a bunch of the Harry Potter films. Like on his name at the moment. I think the ones like the fifth onwards. Check that in
Mm,
a second.
Right.
But I think this was either in between or yeah, at the very end. Because this came out in 2010. And I
mm.
recently just watched it because a lot of my friends were recommending it to me, especially some of the monologues. Yeah, trying to write and read some monologues, and at the ending, this was shown to me. And yeah, I thought it was an enjoyable film. I love the use of cinematography and like dead space that they did with especially in this shot right here. You see like how distant these two cars characters are, and just for a little bit of context, this man here on the left is has a speech impediment. The man on the right is his speech impediment doctor or speech therapist, basically.
Yeah.
So you can see like and he's trying to find kind of the root cause of it, and this shot definitely kind of enhances that idea. And you see that throughout the film. Like over here, the man is like walking away from a speech therapist, trying to get the deep root causation of why he feels the way. And they're lost in the fog. I think that's beautiful use of kind of the situation and how isolated the main protagonist feels. You could take it that way. And even like shots here where they're in Westminster Abbey and the characters has a coronation. You see how lush and vast these areas are. And yeah, they had this use of beautiful magic hour lighting. There's another shot that's you see more depth of the light breaking into the room, and it was just yeah, absolutely stunning. So I definitely recommend even just for cinematography standpoint. I really enjoyed this film.
Yeah, I remember
So,
this being like all over the Oscars, like way back
Yeah,
in 2010, but I never actually watched this one. And
yeah, I
also,
heard that too. Yeah.
real quick, the director was Tom Hooper, who is
Okay.
not one of the directors of Harry Potter, different guy.
Oh, dang it. Okay, never
That
mind.
you're thinking of David Yates, who has directed like the last few Harry Potter movies, and then has just done like the Fantastic Beasts movie since.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I set up. Um, okay, well, in that case, then yeah. I'll see. What else has Tom Hooper done? Do you know? Say,
Let me
Cats.
see. Cats. Yep.
oh, cats. Well,
Cats.
directors they
Can't
evolve
win
over
them
the
all.
years.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, I mean, oh, he did quite a bit. Les Miserables, the Danish Girl. Okay, yeah,
Oh
this
yeah, that
dude's
one.
done quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
I
he
was
hasn't
reading
done
like,
much since Cats, unfortunately, but
yeah,
we all know how that went.
yeah. Yeah, the letterbox reviews for this movie were like pretty harsh in the sense of like, yeah, this is just Oscar bait. Oh, this is
Oh
just,
really?
for promotion, propaganda for the monarchy. And I'm like, if you
I'm
take
curious. When
away, hmm,
did you sorry, Woka, do you know what dates those letterbox reviews were? Were they
I
all
think
like
they were
years
recent.
later,
I think the
or were
years
they when
later.
it came
Yeah.
out?
Because
Yeah.
I don't think Letterbox was around in 2010.
No. Yeah, I could check it
So
again,
yeah,
but
it's
I think
probably just different,
mm,
perspective on it now when it's so older.
I enjoyed it. You take away like the set dressing of the time period and what it was. In the end, it was just a character piece of this man with a speech impediment overcoming his self doubt and I don't know unworthiness of how he was treated, and I thought it was really well done.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
probably just a lot of people who like are looking back at like the most nominated or like award-winning movies, and then like have extremely high expectations, and then maybe just
yeah,
going into movies like this being like, I was expecting Die Hard or something,
yeah.
Die Hard is
I
super
don't know, just
expensive.
something completely different, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest thing everyone. This was also the same year as the Social Network, which I think
Hmm.
is a stronger film, and maybe it didn't get as much recognition. I don't remember,
Hmm.
but
I think it did.
I
They
don't know, I
won
still think
Oscars.
it's a good movie. So
Don't people think similarly about that one too? Like saying it's overrated?
I think people.
Probably just
I mean, I've always liked it. So
yeah. I liked it. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it though. I haven't seen it since I was in high school, I think.
really, I think I've watched it. It's probably still been a few years, but I've definitely seen it more than once. I like David Fincher's movies, so it won 3 Oscars for the Social Network: Best
Yeah,
Writing, Editing, and
I
Music.
just feel like I've seen people just and this is not even Letterboxd, just social media
Right.
complaining about that movie recently. It's all a bunch of young
What can
people.
you do? What
What do
can
they know?
yeah. All
All
Citizen Kane's number one.
Speaking of complaining about movies, this movie got a lot of flack when it was announced.
That's true. What'd you bring
Yeah,
us,
and I don't
Khari?
blame them. I brought I brought Toy Story 4. How many?
4?
Yeah,
Toy
This is
Story
4,
4.
yeah.
Yeah, I know it's 4. Yeah, I just brought the shot because like this was one of those surprise. Is this like you're doing full on photoreal
Eh,
compositing stuff
yeah.
going on here? And it was kind of cool seeing that in a Toy Story film. I know they did some of that in all of them. As technology progressed, especially Toy Story 3, right? But like this, it
This
felt
is
on this
really
show it was
cool.
very noticeable. They went like
Yeah.
crazy with lens flares and overexposure, especially the one on the right. I love like the stuff like that. Like that was it's cool. We got them all silhouetted. And there's it's one of those things where like the characters are all stylized, but you can almost argue that the sets are just photoreal. Like
Yeah.
you could put them in a VFX shot and they pass as well.
Yep.
Some work. But
cool. Oh, continue. Sorry.
that was it. Yeah,
I'm just
go
gonna
ahead.
add this antique mall had between 10,000 and 11,000 props hand dressed into the set,
Yeah,
based on
that's crazy.
2,000 uniquely modeled props that are instanced. So that's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
I
make
remember
fun of
seeing this.
Rennerman, but like, sheesh.
Yeah. Can
No, yeah,
do
it's
his
great.
work. I remember seeing this in theaters, and I think the opening scene is like them in the rain, right? I
Yeah,
think it's the
yeah.
open. I
I
remember
was looking at
seeing
some of
that,
those.
and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah,
god, this
and they're
looks
like
incredible."
waiting for the what do you call it? Like the gutter to clear.
Yeah,
I got it right here. Here you go. Look at this one shot. You got some
Yeah.
that fun.
I remember, this is how the movie
Yeah.
opened. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even stuff. Oh man, look at this. Look at this one too. I even missed this one. It's like it's good stuff in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like that. That just looks that almost looks like a like a weird like Photoshop edit of like a real photo, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
someone like
Yeah, like a real Woody doll just on the ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like Woody in real life or in Unreal Engine kind of thing.
Mm,
It does kind of feel that little,
Yeah.
almost a little. I think it's just the shadow depth of the field makes it feel a
yeah,
little tacky, but it is cool in the
very
context.
very pretty. Yeah.
They definitely perfected their like shadow depth of field in that short. Did you ever watch the one called Piper, where it's like a little
Oh, the is it the
little
bird in the
seabird?
sand?
Yeah. I thought that one was like that. There's definitely certain shorts or films where they kind of you just see their technology jump forward
Right.
and kind of
Yeah, I think
Knowing that,
that was their grain showcase, right? Of all
yes,
their yeah.
oh right,
yeah.
knowing
That
them,
one
they
there
probably
was
did it all in camera too. Probably wasn't
yeah.
even
Probably,
comp
yeah.
focus. Just full on
Very pretty.
50 hour long render. Um, yeah, no, yeah, that was cool. Good movie as well. A surprisingly good movie, I should say, because like
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not saying it's like Oscar, my favorite ever, but you think they outplayed it, they still got something there,
Yeah. Yeah. I remember because the
But
third one ends so good, and then they're like, oh, they're just milking this now, but then it's still a good
yeah,
movie.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but then now 5 is coming out, so you're like,
Yeah, now
can
they're
you do it
now are they
again?
milking it?
Now is it gonna be? Yeah, I guess we'll
Yeah.
find out.
That was there's the clip of I think Quentin Tarantino on some podcast that he raves
Oh,
about
yeah.
Toy Story and saying like that Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 is like maybe like the best trilogy of all time or whatever, and that he'll never watch
Hmm.
4 because for him it ended in 3.
Okay,
But
I
it's
don't
just
blame.
so weird to hear Quentin Tarantino be like Toy Story is amazing. That's like the same. It's the same vein
is.
as like Christopher Nolan saying that he loves Fast and the Furious movies. It's like, oh, these guys just like fun movies too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
just like
will I will say though, if the first feature animated movie was shit and no one liked it, how far back do you think animated movies would have been pushed
Oh,
before
like
being
if Toy
taken
Story
seriously?
came out
Yeah,
and it
like
was like,
bombed. Yeah,
like if
that's
they
what I'm
just
curious about.
that's
yeah,
an interesting question. I mean, I'm sure someone would have eventually done it.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody would revere DreamWorks for
hmm,
that stuff more.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
do remember there were other animated 2D animated projects, and can't recall if they were features, but before Disney's Snow White. But when Snow White dropped, it kind of
so you're including 2D.
I know, but I'm just saying, like 2D, like there were examples of features not doing as well until Snow White came along and kind of revolutionized that industry, or just showed to the audiences that's like, hey, we can make quality
Yeah,
work. And then it did eventually catch on. So I'm curious of how many other features would it have taken and
right.
risks, because that was such a big risk at the time, until unless like DreamWorks would have been made
I
their
think someone would have
project.
eventually done it,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a good question. It's probably been delayed. We'll
yeah.
be watching all different kinds of movies. People will be
yeah,
watching maybe Disney even
we'd be
wouldn't be
on
as
Ants 4 by now or something.
I was gonna say Ants. Yeah, would be everybody be into the Ants series as the
Yeah.
best.
I hate that movie. I don't know why.
It's
I think I ever
not
watched it.
bad.
Yeah,
I just remember the ant bully.
I
It's
don't
not Ant
remember at
Bully. It's
all.
no Ant Bully.
I
Ant
know,
Bully.
I know.
Just I remember feeling like uncomfortable watching it. I don't know what it is. I haven't watched it since. I think I've only seen it like the once at like a friend or family member's house, and I was like, this is icky. I don't know why.
I mean, they had like, wasn't there like dung beetles? Maybe I'm just
I don't
hallucinating.
remember.
It was
Yeah.
like full on. It was a bit more crass.
Yeah.
A bit more edge to it than Bug's Life.
Right.
But yeah, good old Pixar. Be a Pixar. I got a Pixar next topic. What do you think that should be,
No,
Colton?
you gotta tell us now. You segued us
You're
here with
talking about
your.
like the history of the SARS and the Russian.
You're talking about the SARS, okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say. I got no knowledge.
I do have like a topic if you guys are familiar with it. Like
Yeah.
Microsoft just dropped their Majorna one.
The quantum.
Sorry, yeah, their quantum chip. I'm curious if you guys are familiar with it at all. In any, because I only know that normal computing power is just one or zeros, but quantum is that you could do anything between that, or is that not correct?
Or at the same time. So
Or it could be at the same
1
time.
and 0 at the same time. So the Microsoft thing is specifically a different way of going about it, from what I understand. So it's cool. So it's all this progression in the right direction.
Hmm.
So we'll find out. But this is Google's already still doing their thing. Microsoft just might be better and different. Google's technically, I think, still the furthest along
Okay.
with stuff. But I don't know. I don't want to pretend like I know all this stuff. But
So you're saying we could
exciting.
have.
It'll be exciting.
So you're saying Google Chrome won't take up too much of my processing power with that new chip?
It's gonna take up more.
Actually, from what everyone that I'm pretty sure that using it for regular computing tasks won't be viable for a long time, or even like ever for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like regular computers won't go away for what we do, and then you would just use that for like solving DNA or something. You know what I mean? You would use quantum computers for like specific things until somebody comes along and figures out it. And I'm sure it's one of those like, I can get a quantum computer to render for you, and then our instant.
I mean, we could have.
Imagine that real time renders out of RenderMan. Arnold.
That'd be pretty cool.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine walking around an Arnold rendered world? Unreal would be dead, and we'll all be happy.
You just hate Unreal.
Khari, okay, let's get to the bottom of this. Why do you hate Unreal? So let's get your hot takes.
I dislike, as a 3D creator, using Unreal because you're doing a bunch of these hacks. You don't have control over the final pixel. You're doing because you're doing the light baking, you're doing the whatever. It's good, but you're not. You don't actually. You're kind of relying on the engine's doing everything for you, which is good. But artifacts. The big thing you get with Unreal is just artifacts all the time, and there's really not a way around that. Maybe in the future, blah blah blah. But mainly, it's the workflow. The number one thing is the workflow. I feel like you could just use Eevee for most things. But if you really want a real-time experience and laying out a scene and have the suite of tools you need and like formats and work, you know what I mean? I just think it's objectively more efficient to work in Blender in that world than to try to like shove all this other stuff into a limbic pipeline with Unreal and blah 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 blah. And I think it's cool if you have that system in place, but then like, why not just make that system for Eevee? And same thing with like Nanite too. Like Nanite's really cool when you have big meshes, but like that's like you just wouldn't. It's a completely different way of working. That's technically less efficient to actually sculpt. Like you're not going to sculpt all the geometry you need on like a huge environment, even though Unreal could render it. Like I don't know. I feel like people, it's a little bit overhyped for 3D stuff. That's all I'm saying. Maybe for like if you're doing like the LED walls, or like doing your what's it called, like weather channel.
Oh, like a dome
real
or like a
time, all that stuff is cool. I'm like, I'm just talking about the people who are like, I'm going to do my stuff in Maya, or I'm going to do my stuff in Houdini, and then I'm going to go take it to Unreal to render. That's the part where I'm like, I don't think that's the way to go. That's all I know.
All right. Not so hot of a take.
It's just his opinion.
Yeah. And then also it's just terrible to work with, and like it's awful.
Poorly designed, I like it.
Unoptimized C++.
Okay, you're getting all your programming people influencing you.
I'm trying to get someone to comment on this and tell me that I'm wrong.
They know that they're Calvin wrong for the week. He's trying to bait the audience.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? What give me, let's hear from you guys.
I haven't used it that much. That's what you're kind of you're not selling me on the product. So
I like it because I mean, you know how I kind of like to work. I don't like to
Mhm.
get into the nitty gritty of things. So for me it's nice because it is kind of just drag and drop stuff. Just kind of just works.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of
So
like
is
the
Eevee not like that for you when you're in Blender with your asset browser and everything too? That's kind of
uh yeah, it kind of is. I feel like there's more stuff I just need to learn Eevee better because I know it's gotten better over
mm,
the years too. But when I last tried it, it was like you can make it look really good, but you have to do like all these like light probe things and like you have to set up a bunch of stuff for it to look not EVE. Whereas Unreal is kind of just you just drag stuff in, it kind of just works like ray
yeah,
tracing and all
okay.
that
Well,
stuff.
yeah,
Although I know EVE
I
has gotten a lot better.
yeah, I am thinking I thought Eevee was fair than I didn't think you had to do that anymore, but that's fair if that is the
I
I'll give you a
think I could
pass.
be wrong
You
too.
may use Unreal, Cade. I
Thank you.
understand.
Thank you.
I
We're
give it
gatekeeping Unreal right now. All right. And they use this free software.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't
that's the other
know.
thing too. It's all like it's actually pricey for us now, right? What's the
Oh,
price on Unreal for 3D?
yeah, I don't
It's only
know.
like, is it if you make
Uh,
like a successful product though? Like
no,
if you
no,
want to sell it or sell something from it?
Yeah, yeah, you can still use it stuff for free, but
Yeah.
like if you make money on it
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not a game, there's a license or something, or the profit is sharing is higher. I forget what it is.
Mm.
So yeah, if you're making over a million USD and you're not making a game, it's $2,000 a seat.
Right.
So you still got the like low bar to entry booting.
So
Yeah.
we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fine. Don't speak for yourself. But you guys will be fine.
Yeah, I forgot about the multi-million
Yeah,
dollar Overwatch videos you make on your free time.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Wait, what? No, what?
You agreed to that a little too quick
Yeah.
there, Gary.
uh,
Boy, oh boy. What else is
Unreal.
going on?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
Yeah. I
the
don't know.
yeah, the
it's
world is
the
on
Oscars
fire.
this weekend. That's exciting.
Ooh,
You know what? The
excited.
more I've been looking at, I'm gonna probably watch the new Under the Apes movie. But the more I look at it, the more I think it has a chance.
I
It looks
I
really
mean,
fucking pretty from what I've seen.
I mean,
Look,
and the VS Awards, that was kind of a surprise too.
It did take
oh,
So
who won? Did it take a lot?
yeah,
it
Oh wow.
not a lot, but
it,
it
it,
won like the best. What was the award it won?
it got lighting compositing. I don't know
I think
Yeah.
lighting compositing was Better Man, wasn't it? I think it was an overall
We'll
like
check. We'll check.
visual
pretty
effects and a
sure. I
feature
don't
or
remember.
something.
Yeah, it was something good.
I'm pretty sure lighting compositing was Better Man
Okay.
specifically. I think, but I can't.
No check. No check.
What do we got? What do we
There were
got?
2 winners.
Yeah.
No.
VS orders.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So that was best photoreal feature.
Right.
Um, which I do agree because there's some crazy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Insane.
Um, but yeah. So I think there's a chance this could be the one time, right? It doesn't get
That
snubbed.
Apes
You know what?
finally
It's the
gets
4th film in like the recent reboots.
fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's
None of them won. I always
None of
forget
them won.
what they were up
Yeah.
against.
Ex Machina was one of them, and I think
Mm,
well that yeah. Let's see.
And I don't know. I don't know as much as I think this Dune is cool. I think there's enough difference. I don't know. It just sounds like it's the perfect time for them to still all vote for that one instead.
be the
Because
time.
Dune Part Two
Dune
won
is Dune,
best
Dune,
lighting
Dune Part
awesome.
Two is like the effects are great, but they're all
Is it?
stuff that we've seen before in a way. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
there's some stuff
Yeah.
in that Apes movie that I was like, I ain't never see Orange Monkey look that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
but
And for people who let's bring it up for the people who don't know. I'll bring it up actually. Where he's in a riptide, like in a river.
Hmm.
Let's see.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
that too. But even like the first scenes where he's like talking in that cave, that's like
Yeah.
for
With
me
the book
personally.
and stuff.
Yeah, that was like
That was some
in
good
theaters. I
stuff.
was like, goodness, this is. I can't even. Yeah, but well done, well done. It'd be deserved. So I would be honestly a little disappointed if who else is up against other than Better Man and
Better Man, Dune,
Dune.
Alien, Romulus.
It was that movie was so pretty.
I
I
still haven't
mean,
watched that either.
Yeah, I haven't seen Romulus. I mean, it would be. I'm sure it would be deserved. Is there another one other than those?
I think that might
Am I missing
be
another one?
it. Oscar nomination.
oh, Wicked is also
Oh,
up
Wicked.
there.
Wicked. I know I heard Wicked was good too with that stuff, but I would be a little
There was
disappointed.
some very pretty stuff in it. There was also some stuff that I thought looked okay, but by some stuff there was like maybe one or two things that I was like meh, but then the
Yeah.
rest was like pretty amazing. Like there's
Oh,
stuff where the monkeys like get their wings and it's pretty gross where you see like the wings like come out of their back and it's all like kind of
Mm,
like dead feathers and stuff. It looks really good.
I want to see that.
Yeah, Dune. Yeah, that's it.
So I will add a link
Yeah.
here, but I'll also just screenshot it as well.
What do you got first, Cole? Yes.
Put it in the middle note. Oh yeah. No, we haven't seen. Good old Monkey D. Luffy in the flesh.
It's an orangutan and get it right.
Uh, pretty sure it's a chimp.
I don't know
Pretty sure
the
it's a chimp.
specific types.
It's
Okay,
great.
here we go. Kingdom.
It has the tails of a monkey. It does have a tails of an ape.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, that'll happen. To see.
Yep.
Have
Yep.
you said you were gonna watch all the best pictures this year,
No.
Khari, but I don't think you've
Don't
watched.
put me on the spot.
You've seen Dune.
I
You've seen Dune Part 2.
Yeah, it doesn't count though. Everyone saw Dune Part
Yeah.
Uh,
I watched.
I meant to, and then I
Yeah.
started doing my own thing.
There's I watched.
Give us your
Let me
your
just bring
list.
them up so I forget the. Yes, I've seen everything now except for I'm Still Here, which I think is still in some theaters. It's not. You can't watch it anywhere yet, so I don't know if we'll get to watch
Mhm.
that one. Uh, but yeah, I've watched everything now. And Nickel Boys, I watched that. I didn't really know what it was going in, and also didn't know that it's all in first person of the two main characters.
I didn't know
And
that either.
this was the like I feel like we've like what was that other movie? Hardcore Henry? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
The,
So it's the
Oh yeah.
this it was this one I felt was the first time I've seen like an example of that or like that being done where it wasn't like
A gimmick.
gimmick or it got old. Like it felt very natural the whole time
Okay.
of everything. Where
Really,
like
that's interesting. I'll have
yeah,
to check it out
like
then. I'm curious.
I kind of forgot like halfway through like oh like every shot is from somebody's like perspective. It just felt very I don't know. It felt
So it's like
natural.
multiple people's
There's
perspectives
it's about
around.
two boys, yeah, and for like the first while it's one of them's perspective, and then once they kind of meet, it kind of goes back and forth between them.
That's cool. I'll definitely.
It was a
I'll
good
check
movie.
it out.
It was definitely really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what else do we have? The Brutalist. I watched The Brutalist on
What did you
Saturday.
think? What did you think of the movie? I always hear it's either 5 out of 5, cinemas back baby, or like a 3. It's okay, kind of long. A
Uh,
little embellishes it. That's the kind of the
yeah, I think on my letterbox I gave it a 4. It's
okay.
definitely like I could see like a lot of like people not liking like the like general people not like it does feel kind of very Oscarsy, but like I still enjoyed it. I
Mhm.
thought it was a good movie. It definitely
Yeah,
leaves a lot up to like you to interpret things, which is always kind of nice where it's not just people yelling exactly what they say or like re-explaining the plot. It kind of just, all
yeah,
unfolds. And even like the ending is kind of it kind of just ends and you're kind of like meant to, think about what they're trying to say and stuff. It was very pretty
yeah,
too. A lot of cool shots. The music in it was really really good. There was like a couple spots where like the music like really hits and you're like, "Oh, this slaps."
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is
Maybe
it
I'll
is
do a binge.
it is
Maybe
very long. It is 3.5 hours long.
3.5. Jeez,
3 hours and 20 something minutes. It
that
is
sounds
long.
brutal.
There is an intermission. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you get
it
me
is
said brutal.
even if
But
you do it in 2
I
sittings,
heard
you're
you, Khari. I'm not kidding you.
what'd you say?
you said that
You're
sounds
just
brutal.
That what?
do it a
That
second
sounds
time.
brutal.
Yeah. You know, thank
Very
you,
funny.
Just
You're
to make
very
sure the
funny.
joke was in there. No, but I hear you, Kate. That's
Yeah. It's worth watching. Worth watching.
of which one of all of them, which
Mhm.
one should I watch at least?
Um,
If I only had to watch one before the Oscars.
like in the sense that like the one that I think you might enjoy the most, the one that like I think will
Not
win, you should watch it.
the one that you think was that you like. Don't even think about
Uh,
what you know I like. Just like what's like your yeah, this
um,
will be
it's if I like maybe like the Nickel Boys, The Brutalist, or Honora for 3. Those are probably like my
okay. Your
3
top three.
favorites. Yeah, The Substance was good too. It's not really my kind of movie. I still enjoyed it, but it's really gross. But
Oh,
it's
really?
still worth the watch. They're all worth the watch. Wicked, if you like musicals. I'm not like a huge fan. I had seen zero anything related to Wicked besides Wizard of Oz before, so like I wasn't like stoked about it going in or anything. But I know people that
Right.
like the musical like the movie, so
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. One of those guys.
Are they singing along in the theater?
I didn't see it in theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it with V, and I think we paused it like halfway through, and I asked her what she thought, and she said, "There's a lot of singing." I was like, "It's a musical."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I would
that's
imagine her be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up."
yeah. No, she was. It's all right.
Stop singing along. It's not
Yeah.
sing along.
There was a few times during the Brutalist too where she's like, how much longer on this thing? I was like, ooh, we're about halfway through. She's like, okay. I was like, that means there's another hour and a half. She's like, oh God. Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll check. Maybe I'll do Brutalist first, and then do the brothers.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
yeah.
I think a time of you're listening to this, listeners, the Oscars happened last weekend, so this could be all very outdated, but then
Yep.
you can laugh at us. Put in the comments what actually won and tell us we're wrong.
Yep.
That's what you
Although
can
it
do.
definitely was. There, right.
Part 2, best VFX.
No,
Colton does.
Apes won VFX. That's my prediction of it.
There it is. There it is.
We're gonna do it.
And
You know.
Ape won
We'll see.
VFX.
And Ape. Yeah, we get
Yeah, there
open
you
up the
go.
possibilities
Yeah,
to 3 films.
And the worm's just gonna come up and just yo.
Yeah. we can take half percent. Colton can say something sci-fi wins. He can take the other half. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks for
Thanks for
listening,
joining us.
everybody.
Take it easy, guys.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.